excited are you about the possibilities now?
The opportunity is amazing for our team, for this organization. I'm smiling more because it's this time of year. I love this time of year. You got NFL going. Baseball's about to start their playoffs, and the NBA's kicking off. So for a sports guy, it's the best time of year, and it's, I tell people today kind of feels like when you're a kid, and it's that night before Christmas, the day before Christmas, and you're excited and you can't really sleep. That's what today feels like. So that's why you see me smiling, and I can't wait to get to practice tomorrow.
Luke, John Gonzalez from The Ringer, right over here. You've been part of this franchise for a while and been around a lot of big players, but the anticipation with LeBron joining the franchise, I think, was pretty pronounced. Was it different? How was it for you when you found out that he was coming in? What was, I guess, the excitement around it?
Well, you're excited. I mean, it's in my opinion, the best player in our game right now is joining your team. That's all right. Now that's something to get excited about. But from a coach's standpoint, from that point on, it instantly turns into, okay, what are we doing different? What's the, and a lot of the core values all stay the same, but it's, you start game planning for the new roster you have, and now you get to do that with somebody that has won championships, MVPs, like I said, best player in our game. So it's we're looking forward to it.
Luke, right here in the middle.
Hello, Brad.
Turner from the LA Times.
Nice to have you back.
Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that. You played against Rondo. What's it like to have him as a player that you're coaching, and what did you learn about him doing those pickup games last week?
Yeah, Rondo's been incredible in this short time we've been together. A lot of people are always asking me who, did you reach out and talk to LeBron's old coaches? And yeah, I did, but I was also reaching out and talking to some of the people that have coached him, Rondo, and every one of them, they talk about his basketball IQ, his work ethic, how he brings teams together, the way he sees the game. So hearing all that and then watching him come into the gym and just playing pickup, the way that he can orchestrate a team and, from play to play on both ends of the court, vocalize what's happening and what needs to be done. It's fun to watch, and it's exciting to get to be able to start coaching that starting tomorrow.
Luke, you got the the expectations obviously for this year are different. Expected to go to the playoffs and play deep and all that kind of stuff. How do you balance those expectations and the need to win games with still giving the younger guys the flexibility to make mistakes, to learn and keep growing in that way?
Well, for us, our mindset, and I know the expectations are there, but it has to be the same. It has to be about building our habits, coming in every day and working. And we know players are going to make mistakes. We encourage that. We want that type of basketball where players are taking risks and taking those chances to make plays. But we're trying to win. So we expect that to happen, and we expect mistakes to happen, and players will have whatever leash they have as far as how that goes. But their playing time and whether they're staying in the game or not will be more dependent on, are they boxing out? Are they rebounding? Are they running deep to the corners? Are they, how are they defending? Defense was our priority last year. It's going to be our priority this year. So if you're doing all those things, I can live with you making a mistake trying to do the right thing. So it's going to be more based on the rest of their game and how they're doing that, how they're practicing, than actually playing through mistakes with some of the younger guys.
Back here, Luke, right here. Eric Pinkett's Bleacher Report. The last year, pace was really the focus, and you were one of the fastest teams as far as pace. LeBron maybe hasn't always played at that kind of speed, maybe Rondo, some of these other guys. How do you envision the pace evolving? Do you think the team slows down a little bit? Do you think you still run at that same speed?
We're going to play fast. In a lot of whether it's the same speed, faster, slower, we'll get to know our team as training camp goes. But we're going to play fast. We have a very deep team. We have a lot of guys who can push the ball. We want to attack. We think a big strength of ours this year will be our depth and the amount of guys that we can throw at you. And when you have that type of team, it's a big advantage to push it down and make other teams play more possessions and play at a faster pace. So we're going to continue to play that way. If it's faster or slower than last year, we'll get to know our team and figure that out in training camp.
Luke, on your left, with all the versatility that you have and all the depth, how much have you been running different rotations through your mind, and do you think that it will ever be a set rotation or be more situational depending on who you're playing?
There's a lot of rotations that I have written down that I want to see in training camp, even with what they call the small ball lineups. Within that, there's 3 or 4 different small ball lineups that I want to see, and a set rotation. I don't see us. We're a team, and whoever's playing well, whoever's helping the team win is going to be playing, whether that's to start games, finish games. So there's not, I'm not looking to find a starting 5 by game 1 and keep it the rest of the year. A lot of this process, we're starting over again. We got a lot of new guys, and a lot of it is feeling each other out, getting to know each other, getting to see who plays well together. So I'm not desperate to find a set rotation right now.
Hey, Luke.
Hello.
Your young guys spent a lot of time in the gym this offseason. Ingram made a lot of gains after his rookie year with Kuzma and Hart specifically, and I know Lonzo was hurt, but what did you notice? What did you see, and did that translate into the scrimmages in these last couple of weeks?
The most impressive thing is the habits they've built. And even though Lonzo wasn't able to be on the court a lot, he built those same habits this offseason. And he was in the gym every day. He was in town Monday through Friday, whether it was lifting weights or doing core stretching, things like that. He was in every day working just like the rest of them, just not able to be out on the basketball court. But the work ethic, the habits that they've created in this short time really speaks to who they are, speaks to how seriously they take the game of basketball. But it's also the culture that we want, and it, to me, is going to allow us to have success for years to come with guys like that around. And the great thing about it is you see those young guys work like that, and if you're one of the 3 rookies that got drafted this year, and that's the example you've seen being set, then that's how you behave. And it just keeps going year after year like that. So I think they've done a really nice job with being professional at such a young age.
Hey, Luke, to your left, Bill Orm with The Athletic. How much emphasis are you putting kind of going into the season on reducing the strain on LeBron from what he has done minutes-wise, workload-wise over the past few years?
Not a ton of emphasis right now. That will come with, as the season's playing out, the 2 of us will sit down with the training staff and constantly be in communication about what's best for him, what's best for the team, because we definitely want to keep him fresh. But we're not going to predict when or how that'll play out right now. It'll just be something that we continue to talk about as the season goes.
Yeah, Luke, LeBron was in earlier. He seemed very businesslike, very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of how he's been with you and on the court, and is that kind of the attitude he's taken?
More so today. He knows what time it is. He's been around a lot of years, and he's setting the tone. That it's time to work. He comes in every day and works with during the off season, playing pickup and things like that. It's much more light. But he still, by example, the way he plays, the way he comes in, lifts weights, does his prep work, post work, is serious. But there's definitely that look that I've seen before in somebody that I used to play with that knows the season's coming up soon. Ronny Turioff.